Yo, I'm back live. Hopefully, this will work without technical difficulties and shit. But look, I'm gonna just get started on what I think about this Kevin Hart roast. Um, um, yeah, first, don't even know what to say about it for real. As far as my overall feelings, whether I like it or don't like it, it has some funny parts to it. Some of it was funny, but my whole thing about these roasts is I don't um y'all see my one gray hair. Um I don't The thing about these roasts is they act like the point of the roast is to be offensive. And I always thought like it was kind of like a unwritten rule type of thing in comedy where like you can be offensive as long as you funny. But I guess they kind of changed over time to where like the brotherhood of comedians, they respect the attempts. So even if you offend somebody, it's like, well, we get it, you was trying to be funny. um yeah, I ain't a big fan of that. I mean, you got like people is like professional comedians, so I would think that's what would separate people like at a Kevin Hart roast from people that's starting off in comedy. When you starting off, you know, you don't know how to be offensive and funny, or you may not be as good at it as a professional comedian. But I don't know, they just this whole thing of just trying to be as offensive as you can. I just don't get it. Like if you're a professional comedian, you should be able to make good jokes even like without having to go that far. But that's just my opinion on it. I do think the whole thing was like it was some rich ass bougie ass shit though, because like they kept using the word deus, which I had never heard that word until this fucking roast. Hey, call me uneducated, whatever you want, but that's just not an everyday word. I feel like panel, group of motherfuckers for real. Like what was wrong with panel? That wasn't good enough. Like deus the I had to look up the definition of the word dais, and it's really just like a raised platform. So it's really just a stage, but they wanted to be bougie and like rich. And then that's the thing about it too. Kevin Hart is like a salesman at this point. Like I don't know how much of a comedian as he is versus a salesman. I watched the whole roast. I don't know who watched the whole thing. I watched it for research purposes, just so I could know what the fuck I'm talking about when I'm speaking on it. But so like even like Kevin Hart, he was like trying hard to like sell it to people. Like he was like a lot of the stuff wasn't funny to me, but like he was just like laughing his ass off, and I think that was just his way of being a salesman. Like, or if I laugh, everybody else will laugh too. Like, so people wouldn't feel offended because it's a product that Kevin Hart is selling. He wants people to watch the roast and talk about it, and that's probably why they had those offensive jokes on there just to trigger people and get people talking about it, sharing clips and whatnot. So I think it was effective for Netflix to do all of that. But I just think it was weird too how like they apparently had writers for it. Like if you got professional comedians, like why can't they write their own jokes? And like I don't know, to have writers for it was just weird for me. And then even the people that they picked, like, and then like let's just get right into it. Like, all right, so the Tony Hinchcliffe dude, like so I wonder, like the George Floyd joke, did he write that joke or did the Netflix people write that joke? Um, like why was he even picked to be there? Because I get like even I would see what a lot of people saying about like a lot of black people is saying like why wasn't there more of just like Kevin's friends or even like more, why couldn't they have got Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock or whatever? Like even if okay, I understand if Netflix want to sell it with big names, even if you don't want to go all black with it. Like, what was wrong with Bill Burr? Like, I feel like Bill is a respected white comedian in both communities or cultures or whatever. Like, black people fuck with Bill Burr, white people fuck with Bill Burr. I think Bill Burr and Kevin is friends. Bill Burr has, or I know he at least had the show on Netflix, F is for Family. I think that's the name of it, some shit like that. But yeah, like why couldn't they get like Bill Burr instead of Tony Hinchcliffe? Because I don't know. I call me unaware, whatever you want. Like I never heard of Tony Hinchcliffe before this roast. And that's what another thing that was interesting to me. Like the person who probably had the most offensive joke is somebody I never even heard of. So it's like seems like he was picked specifically for that reason. Um, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Um, as far as I guess I'll speak on some of the good parts of it because, like I said, it was some good stuff. I personally think the three best sets came from Cat Williams, Naeem Lynn, and Big J Okerson. That was personally for me. I see a lot of people saying Cheryl had the best set. Not to me. I like how she called white people out. Um, I love that part. I like even when Draymond did it too. But yeah, it wasn't enough for me, especially like I feel like Kevin didn't do enough. If you're gonna sell it as, it's all being offensive, if you know they going there, well you take it there. I feel like he could have evened that out more, I guess, at least to try and I feel like you should know the backlash that would be coming from Tony making a joke like that, and some of the jokes that Shane was making, like even like the jokes that people was making about Cheryl. I feel like he didn't do enough to like go back at them. If you want to keep it all about jokes and everything, he was saying, "I got him, Cheryl." At one point, I can't remember if I think it was Shane that was joking on Cheryl, like, but yeah, I think Big J. I never even heard of Big J before, and I thought I really liked his set, and I think you can be, offensive and funny. I mean, to me, it's certain jokes, even like I'm, somewhat militant minded. Black like customs, just for anybody that might catch this, is my custom shirt brand. If y'all ever want anything custom done, just let me know. Um, but yeah, Big J, yeah, he had a joke. There was some jokes in there that was like racially, sensitive, or whatever you want to put it. I still laughed at some of them. I feel like you can be offensive and funny. Like he had the one joke where he said, said something about Cheryl being so dark they had to bring on Draymond to color balance the cameras. Like now, I'm not gonna lie, that joke was funny to me. Like if I was like drinking some water or something, I probably would have spit that shit out because I wasn't ready for that. I didn't see that coming. And I can be honest about that as a black person. I feel like this is the difference between offensive jokes that are funny and jokes that's like offensive and not funny, because like Shane Gillis joke, for example, he said the joke about, I guess, Kevin being so small, if he was in slavery, he would have had to get hung from a bonsai tree. And then he was laughing, saying that, he knew the joke would have been touchy, but bonsai was so funny. Like bonsai is not that damn funny. Like not to me. Like when Big J made the joke about color balancing the cameras, that to me was funny. That color balance shit, I never thought of no shit like that. So I actually laughed at that. I kind of went into it kind of. I'm gonna be real. Like I tried to have an open mind to it, but I saw all of the negative uh talk about it before, so I was kind of coming into it prepared to not laugh at shit. But like I said, if I was drinking some water when I heard Big J say that color balancing joke, I would have spit that shit out. What else? Yeah, see, this what just got me about it. Like I said, and it wasn't even comedians. Like they had The Rock and Tom Brady on there. They was so trash to me, dog. They was like the worst parts of it. Like The Rock being all weird about Kevin sitting on his lap and sucking on his nipple and grabbing his balls. Like none of that was funny to me. Like all of that was crazy. And like him and Tom both making a lame ass joke, Daddy's home. Like none of that was funny. Like that wasn't funny. Like it was just trash. Like Tom Brady, like we could say one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Deflategate or no, whatever. But like stay far away from comedy. That's not your thing unless you're getting roasted. I don't know. To me, my bad. I got it playing over there, so I keep looking. But um, but yeah, roasting, yeah, not for Tom Brady or The Rock, in my opinion. Um, Usher's he redid the Let It Burn. That wasn't funny. Oh, Tiana Taylor was big trash too. She was big trash. Her, Tom Brady, and The Rock, the worst parts of the roast for me. Um, Chelsea Handler, her set wasn't bad. I like she had that joke about Tony Hinchcliffe. I thought that was funny about what was it? How did it go? He looked like the somehow he looked like the school shooter and having the personality of the person that gets shot first. Like that was a decent joke. It was some good stuff in there. I even like Chelsea and Tony and Shane joking about each other being like racist and pedophiles and all that. I like them exposing each other like that. I like that. I feel like some of that was probably truth. Shane mentioning Chelsea going to Epstein Island or one of his houses for dinner or something like that. I like them exposing all of that. Yeah, I like that. What else was good? Like I said, Naeem. I think Naeem had one of the best sets. Um, Painting the kitchen, Draymond Green. I like that. Saying Chelsea handler look casket ready was funny to me. Yeah, having Cat there. I said I hate him. They said come anyway. Like yeah, I like his set. Like I said, but yeah, it was just. I wish it would have been better to me if they had more comedians, people that really know Kevin, if people wrote their own jokes. Um, and yeah, it just seemed like it's some rich shit. It's just like the idea of selling out, like stuff that's offensive to the black culture. Kevin is above that. He's selling to more people than just the black culture. So it's like he a salesman. So at the end of the day, it's products. Like at the end of it, he was talking about all of those. He was joking, talking about how he better than everybody that was on the stage and listed off all of the brands that he partnered with and everything. Like, yeah, he sold out. Out of black people, he's selling to more people. So it's like you know, I ain't tripping. I see what come with that. I mean, I ain't saying I condone it. I don't fuck with it, but I mean, you can't really. There's a thing about it. What I realize is it's almost like if you comment negatively on somebody, it's like you got to be able to afford what they can with like the shit that they can buy. You got to be able to have you got to have the same amount of money, or people just gonna call you a hater type shit. So like that's why Tiffany. I seen like Tiffany Haddish. People had asked her about it, and she was just talking about how like the people that had something negative to say is people that probably won't invite it or whatever. They just try. It's just like I said, it's some rich shit at that point. Yeah, we up here hanging out with Tom Brady and The Rock, and we selling this shit. Like if you ain't fucking with it, oh well, you ain't got enough money. Like fucking get your money up anyway, broke motherfucker. I don't know. Like I said, just keep using the word deus, like bougie as hell. Um, I don't know, yeah, that shit. And then uh Kevin was on the Breakfast Club. I just seen that shit where I like Charlemagne was asking him some good questions. And yeah, Kevin, he kind of had like a weak response for when Charlemagne was asking him about like inviting the people. He was talking about Tom Brady. I think it was Tom Brady's roast and was talking about Nikki Glazer and Tony Hinchcliffe had the best sets and he just wanted to bring back the best people. Well, where the fuck was Nikki at? Because I that's the first time I heard that Tony and Nikki had the best sets from all the other all the other people I heard talking about the roast and who seen Tom Brady's roast. Everybody said Nikki Glazer had the best set. Been hearing people say the women been killing it. Nikki had the best set of Tom Brady's roast, and Cheryl had the best set at Kevin's roast. I ain't heard nobody say Tony had the best set at Tom Brady's roast. So Kevin is just, I don't know, he the only one saying that. Um and yeah, and then he said talk about Tony's set, saying Tony had the one of the best sets. I mean, that's his opinion. All of this shit is subjective. I mean, um, he might have had one of the best sets to you because you want to defend, uh, the product that you're selling, which I understand. And yeah, another thing he was saying was that stop talking as if he's the one that made the joke. But to me, it's just like if it's your roast, I'm sure you got say over it, whether or not you want people there. It's not, I don't think Netflix, well, I don't know. Let me not say that, but like, I would think that if it's my roast, if I'm, as big, if I'm Kevin Hart, my name and influence is that big or whatever the fuck, like, I can say whether or not I want a person on here. I can, if me and Netflix is working together. Like, he didn't have to do that. I'm sure with him being as big as he is, he could have done other things. But yeah, him choosing to have Tony there, like I'm sure he knows Tony's style of comedy. Everybody was saying they know Tony's style of comedy and what he does. So to act like you didn't know that he would make sensitive jokes like that is it's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I don't want to be a hater because I ain't got the money Kevin Hart got. But I would have done a lot of that shit differently. I don't know. But I guess to maintain that status, you gotta. I mean, I wouldn't care, but I don't know. I don't like. I think it was interesting. I don't know if anybody's seen that interview that Kevin Hart did. It was an interview he did with this woman where she was asking him like how much money is enough. Like that's just what I think. Like how much money is enough? Like I don't know. I guess it's no limit to it. We see what Floyd Mayweather going through. So I mean, and that's where Kevin Hart got his slogan thing from. So who knows? But yeah, those that's just my thoughts and opinions on that shit. Yeah, I don't know how much more of this streaming I'm gonna do. I don't know if anybody else seen the roast. Y'all comment on that shit. Let me know. If y'all fuck with the stream. Let me know. But yeah, that shit was pretty weak to me. His whole explanation of it and everything, the whole roast, like just people trying to be more offensive than funny. Yeah, all that shit was weak. But all right, I'm out of here. Fuck y'all.